Viewers at home. My name is Adeotunde Michael, the CEO of Omega Bio-Edutainment. We are again this afternoon on a different course entirely, and this is let me say the newest trend in the world of biological sciences, and that is bioinformatics. Bioinformatics. And this time around, this is going to be the advanced bioinformatics, and with a very special interest in a branch of bioinformatics, which is called immunoinformatics. Immunoinformatics. Yeah, in the basic bioinformatics, I want you to remember that bioinformatics is the only discipline, is a multidisciplinary, the only discipline that tends to combine computer science, um, chemistry, statistics, and computational biology, with a kind of scope in biological data. The computer bio is biological data or biological sciences. Don't forget that anytime you come across information or informatics, so that is actually telling you that it is the science of studying, it is the science of informational molecule, or it is the biological study of informational molecule. And anytime you come across information, that should give you that you are dealing with computers or computer programming, program. So in short, bioinformatics is just the application of computer sciences, computer package to the utilization, analysis, and the interpretation of biological data. Now, don't forget that in 1953, when Watson and Crick actually discovered the DNA, the exact structure of DNA, and don't forget that it is DNA and RNA are the informational molecule, they are the only informational molecule. So that was the turnaround of molecular biology. 1953, when Watson and Crick actually discovered it, that was the turnaround of molecular biology. So we have actually done a lot on the basic bioinformatics, where we look at application of bioinformatics in different areas. So just like I said today, it's going to be advanced bioinformatics with a special interest in immunoinformatics. Immunoinformatics. So with this word, this one is telling you that it is application of bioinformatics, application of bioinformatics to understand immunology. So that is the intersection of bioinformatics with immunology. So, and that is exactly what is going to be our focus today. Now, in this course, the outline in this course today, we are going to consider the following. We will First of all, look at a kind of overview of of, of immuno of immunoinformatics. Informatics, that is application of bioinformatics tools and computational biology to understanding immunology. Okay. Then after that, we are going to now focus on application of immunoinformatics in understanding application of immunoinformatics in understanding of disease of diseases and vaccine development. Vaccine development. With how can we use our knowledge in bioinformatics to be able to design vaccine for certain against certain diseases, like it could be diseases of viral diseases, all sorts of diseases. So we are going to make use of bioinformatics in understanding this. Then later we will also we will also focus on the fundamental. All these concepts, I think you are familiar with them in immunology. So we are going to also look at fundamental concepts in immunology. So we will consider that as well. So under that, we'll be able to understand types, origin, stroke source, types, origin of immune or immunological response. So we are going to use that, and we'll be able to look at their functions as well. So types, don't forget that under this we have innate immune system and adaptive, or what you can call acquired immune system. Okay, so under that we will look at three basic concepts. Under here we will look at the concept of antigen. What do we understand by antigen? What are the basic characteristics of basic nature of a substance that is actually qualified to be regarded as an antigen? We are going to look at that. Then we will look at antibody as well, or what we can call immunoglobulin. Immunoglobulin, this is a type of protein that is being produced as a result of antigenic challenges. So immunoglobulin. So under here we are going to types of immunoglobulin, and what point would they actually come into play? Then after that we'll now look at MC, MHC, which is the short form of a major histocompatibility. Histocompatibility complex. Histocompatibility complex. So under here there are two basic types of MHC. We have MHC class 1 and we have MHC class 2. So this one is going to have its effect on CD, that is clonal. So it's going to be on CD8, and this one is going to be on CD4. So we are going to see all this as we go on. Then lastly, under this today also we are going to, after consideration of these three key terms: antigen, antibody, major histocompatibility complex, and different types. So we are going to also talk about what is What do we mean by immunological response? Immunological response or memory. Okay, immunological response. What do we mean by immunological response? Then we'll cap it up finally today with our understanding of tolerance, tolerance and memory. Memory. So there are some antigen that which are foreign. Don't forget that one of the characteristics of an antigen is that it must be foreign. It's going to be like a stranger. So it's going to be foreign. It's going to be a stranger. So tolerance. There are some antigen that are being tolerated by the immune system. What are these types of antigen? We are going to see them. Number one, as one example of this, is pregnancy. Pregnancy. Pregnancy is foreign, but the uh, womb has to tolerate it, or else it is going to be rejected. If it is rejected, that's when it is going to lead to stillbirth or miscarriage. So tolerance, we are going to see the concept of tolerance, and we are also going to see the concept of immunological response. This immunological response is a typical characteristics of the adaptive immune response. Don't forget that one of the differences between adaptive immune system and innate immune system is that the innate immune system has no prior memory, it has no prior exposure, it is naive. Whereas that of the adaptive, that is why it is regarded as acquired. So because it is going to the characteristics of a host, an immunocompetent host, to bring about successful immunological response will actually depend on whether the person memory, that is the adaptive memory, is very very effective or not. Don't forget that in the one of my earlier videos on immunology, we have actually considered different components, different components of the innate immune system, different components of the innate immune system. So that is where we are going today. So let's start with the overview of the overview of immunology. Don't forget that, as I said, what is immunology? Immunology, or what do we understand by immunity? Immunity is inability or the state of the host's um, immune system, okay, of the state of the body to resist, or ward off, or fight off, or wage war against a foreign substance, and that foreign substance is going to be regarded as antigen. So the study of the immunological response is a branch of biology that is called immunology. So don't forget that when we talk about pathogens, what are pathogens? From the word patho. This is very very important. If there is establishment, that means there will be pathology. Pathological, that is a state of pathology. So pathology. So that is that. So we are the study of how the host will respond to an infection is called immunology, and this one sometimes antigen might not even come from living, might not come from any of this. It can come from self self. We are going to see this because at certain level we will just discover that the whole cell that is supposed to put up a competent cell that will fight against enemy, sometimes it is going to put up competent cell that will fight against itself. So that means we are going to see this, but that means one of the characteristics or the ability of an immunocompetent cell is that that cell should be able to differentiate between self cells and non-self. That is, cells that are actually meant from the same body instead of treating it as a foreign. So it can come from self, which this is exactly what happens in case of cancer. In case of cancer. So all these intricate system whereby cell, the barrier, everything that they will now collaborate and cooperate together. This aspect of biology is what is actually regarded as immunology. So, and don't forget immunity. We have acquired. I've mentioned this, or it is also regarded as adaptive immune mechanism. That is after it is being acquired. So the body must make sure that it becomes so adapted to it. So that is why it is regarded as adaptive. And don't forget that an adaptive immunological response are those ones that the host body system must have gotten a prior experience. This one is slower. This one is slower than in innate. Innate is what you are born with. So to actually talk, and this adaptive immunological response depend on T cells as well as B cells. We are going to see all this as we go on, but you should just know that we have cellular adaptive immunological response is also divided into cellular immune response, the one that depends on cell. So cellular immune response. Then number two is humoral, the one that rely on the release of antibody. We are going to see all this as we go on. Don't forget that, as I said, the adaptive immune response will not only respond to the challenge, it will respond, then it's going to have some memory cells. It's going to be in form of memory cells. So that is why, apart from, you see, when you have a host, any host that is LD, any host that is LD should be able to fight against immunocompetent hosts. Immunocompetent host. This is a host that is immunological response against foreign antigen is quick, it is specific, and it is lasting. That is going to protect that organism from infection by microorganism or infection by foreign particles. So the host must be immunocompetent, and that is the reason why that some of these microorganisms, they might not be the one that will actually cause infection. They might not be the one that will cause infection, but what they will do is to bring down the level of competence of an individual to the state of what is called immunodeficiency, so that the body will not be able to actually provide immunocompetent cell that will be able to fight against that foreign host. So that is very, very important. Then I told you one of the characteristics of immunocompetent cells is their ability to differentiate self from non-self. Ability to differentiate self from non-self. This one is very, 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 very important in order to prevent a situation that is called immune diseases, that is going to cause autoimmune diseases. So auto, from the word auto, that is self. This is a situation whereby certain diseases arise as a result of inability of that cell to be able to differentiate against itself. So a cell that is fighting against self is called autoimmunity. So we are going to see the primary roles. What are the This is overview of immunology. We have seen the overview of immunology, that immunology is a branch of biology that studies how immunocompetent cells are able to fight against infection and able to prevent the establishment of infection in its host. And I told you that these are called pathogens, and there are different types of causes of antigen. So the source could be from viruses, it could be from bacteria, it could be from protozoa, it could be from fungi, and also it can also be from cancerous cells. Sometimes it is a cell. You know, the other time when we were talking about the structure and function of natural killer cells, I made mention of ability to recognize any cell that is under stress. Any cell that is under stress. So if any cell is under stress, the body has capability to be able to respond appropriately by producing immunocompetent cell as able to fight against this. So we are going to see all this now. What are the roles? What are the roles of informatics? The roles of bioinformatics in immunology, that is, in understanding immunology. Don't forget that this is a bioinformatics. Bioinformatics. So this bioinformatics is just the general concept of where you apply computer science knowledge, machine learning knowledge, artificial intelligence knowledge, and statistical intelligence knowledge, and so on. You are able to apply it into understanding and utilization of biological. That will now lead us to, so part one of the branches, I mean some of the branches of bioinformatics is proteomics. Proteomics, that is the study of protein. Proteomics, genomics, that is the use of genomics. Then we also have meta